Hi guys, Jess here. So a couple of things about today's video that I guess I kind of need to clarify a little bit. So I am married now officially. In the midst of all of the wedding, preparation or whatever, my YouTube channel was kind of the last thing on my mind. Well, not the last thing because I did get a little bit of footage. We ended up making the bridal bouquets on the Friday. So when I made those succulents in the last video that I posted probably like 2 weeks ago, that was on a Wednesday, I believe, or Wednesday. And then we did what you're about to see on Friday. And essentially, I was with all my bridesmaids, and each bridesmaid got to make their own bouquet, which personally I think was kind of fun and special, and I think everybody enjoyed it a lot. Like, we had a lot of fun making them. It was fun to kind of see each girl's personality kind of come through in each of their bouquets. And a couple bridesmaids picked up the phone and just videotaped a little bit for me because they knew that I liked having footage for this, for the wedding, but we were busy and we only had a couple hours before the rehearsal dinner. And so, I didn't really have time to kind of man the camera or be as picky and get as good of a video as I wanted to for you guys for this series. That being said, I do have a little bit of footage. It's not necessarily a how-to. It's kind of more of just us goofing around and making our bouquet together. And then the video quality is pretty poor, so hang in there with me. But I do have a photo of the finalized bouquets that I got back from our photographer at the end that I'll put on there as well, so you guys can kind of see how they turned out and kind of what the wedding looked like. And I'll post more photos on our Instagram once I get those back from the photographer. Also, in the midst of it, it took our bouquets a lot longer than I was planning. It probably took us like 2-3 hours to make the bouquets and wrap them up with the tape. We made sure to use odd numbers of everything, pretty much. I think I did have, I didn't count how many leather leaf we used or eucalyptus, but for the roses, it was 5 roses for each bridesmaid, and then I just kind of used whatever I wanted to just kind of fill it in. But I had 3 succulents, and each bridesmaid had a succulent as well. And then we ran out of time before the rehearsal dinner to get the corsages and boutonnieres done, but they were extremely simple to make, and I didn't get this on footage, and sorry, I know that I told you guys I was going to, but essentially we just cut the rose like an inch down from the flower itself, and then wrapped floral tape around a little leather leaf that we got as well. And I'll also post a picture of that so you can kind of see what I'm talking about a little bit on that. And then we just wrapped that up in floral tape, and then I actually just hot glued a succulent right on the stem of the rose, and they all stayed on extremely well, which I was incredibly surprised about. For the corsages, I'll link the stuff, like the bracelet that I used below, to Amazon. They were really cheap. We only made 2 corsages for our moms, and that one I just tied on a rose and then some leather leaf, and then same thing, I just hot glued on a bigger succulent. So really, we were just trying to keep it really simple. And then everybody else, there was only like the groomsmen and the dads and our ushers that had succulents on their boutonnieres. All the other family members, we just took a rose and leather leaf and just called it good at that. But yeah, I don't really have footage for that one. I just have a couple photos that I will show you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. The question and answer video has been made because we're in our new apartment. But I will be posting that in a couple days once I get it edited. So guys, thanks for watching, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We then wrapped the bouquets up in floral tape, making sure that we pulled it tight so that the sticky glue in the tape actually worked. It was a lot easier if you had two people doing this, just because you could get it really tight. And then later on, we hot glued a pretty ribbon that we picked out around the floral tape to hide that up. So yeah, that's really about it. They weren't too hard to make. I did drop one of the succulents at one point, and that was kind of discouraging because all the leaves popped off. But otherwise, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.